Hello, my name is Ashley. I'll be your yoga instructor today for a posture class. You will need 2 blocks and a strap today. The strap is optional but will be handy. If you don't have a strap, you can grab a wash rag or a towel. If you don't have blocks, you can always use books or just come down onto your back. So we're going to start with the blocks today. We're going to first one on level 3, the highest level if you have them. The next one is going to be on level 2, that's that middle level. I want you to bring it lengthwise in between the shoulder blades, okay? You're going to hold it way up high there and recline back onto that first block. Reach above your head, grab for that second block. You're going to place that second block right at the base of your skull, top of your neck, and recline back down onto that first block. If you don't have blocks, just come all the way down onto your back. And then begin to bring the soles of your feet together. Allow your knees to fall wide and bring your arms out to a T. This is a nice, gentle way to begin to open all of the connective tissues along the entire front of our bodies. And as you'll see, Tommy is an escape artist and made it through the little gate that I put up already. So dogs will probably most likely join us through our practice this morning. Take a moment here to close your eyes and just connect with your breath. Feel as your rib cage expands and contracts. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Maybe even that warmth or coolness across your upper lip. Allow yourself to just be heavy here on the floor or on the blocks, wherever you're at. A lot of times we sit at a desk or we sit hunched over our computers or our iPads or our phones, or maybe we even drive for long periods of time, and this can cause a slouching effect in the upper back and shoulders. This pose helps open that space up, reversing those slouching effects. We'll be here for 5 more breaths. On your next inhale, I want you to sweep your arms up overhead, reaching back behind you as far as you can. And as you exhale, begin to cactus your arms. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders. And then allow those elbows to be heavy. Pull them towards the floor. If you're already on your back, you're good. On your inhale, reach back behind you again. Straighten your arms. Exhale, cactus. We'll do this 3 more times. With the breath, inhaling to straighten, exhale, bring it down. 2 more. Last one. I want you to hold this last one for 3, for 2, for 1. Release the arms down by your side. Gently close your thighs together like a book. Extend your legs out long. If you're on the blocks, gently roll to one side or slowly begin to sit yourself upright. Slide those blocks out from underneath of you and just come flat onto your back for a few moments. Allow your spine to realign. And then begin to bring the soles of your feet onto your mat, knees pointing up. Have your knees about 2 fist distances apart. Reach down, make sure you can graze the back of your heels with your fingertips. If you can't, scoot your tailbone closer until you can. Begin to ground down through the soles of your feet. Pull your low back into the mat. And on your inhale, round your pelvis to the sky. Squeezing your glute to the top here. If this is enough, stay right here. If you feel like you want to go a little deeper, you can begin to walk the shoulder blades together underneath of you, maybe interlacing the hand underneath of your glutes. And on your next inhale, see if you can lift those hips a little higher. Maybe even coming onto your tippy toes if that's comfortable for you. Keeping your chin up, the back of your neck nice and long. Still breathing here. On your next inhale, push the floor away with those feet a little more, lift a little higher if you can.
And as you exhale, release the heels if you lifted them. Release the bind if you took it. Slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Bring your arms back down by your side. We'll flow through our bridge pose with the breath. On the inhale, round the pelvis up, squeeze your glutes at the top. Exhale, slowly bring it back down one vertebrae at a time. 3 more times. Last one. Good job. Go ahead and heel toe your feet out to the edge of your mat. Bring your arms out to a T. And gently just wipe or blade your knees from left to right a few times. And then begin to find stillness. Heel toe the feet back towards the center of your mat. Coming into a reverse tabletop. I want you to stack your right thigh on top of your left. If you can wrap your ankles, but if not, it's okay. You can just keep the thighs wrapped. Bring your right elbow on top of your left. Backs of hands can touch, or we wrap our wrists coming palm to palm. I want you to begin to engage your core. Lift up and squeeze the elbows and knees together like you're coming into a sit-up here. On your inhale, extend everything out long. Keep the head lifted, keep the core engaged. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. 3 more times. On your next inhale, reach it out, unwind. Reach the arms overhead. Find yourself a nice big good morning stretch. Feel those abs release. And then come back into that reverse tabletop. This time the left thigh on top of the right. Again, wrapping those ankles if you can. Left elbow on top of right. Wrapping the wrists if you can. Engage your core. Inhale, lift, squeeze everything in tight towards the midline. Release it out. Exhale to crunch. 3 more times, excuse me. Take a big breath in, release everything out. Exhale, find that nice morning stretch, release the abs. Core exercises are important for our posture. If we have a strong core, we have strong lower back, we have strong posture. Go ahead and grab the back of your hamstrings and just begin to rock lengthwise along your spine a few times until you come up to sit. And as you come up to sit, go lay down, boys. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. You're gonna keep the feet about 2 fist distances apart here. I want you to grab onto the thighs and sit back just slightly so that you begin to balance there on your sit bones. Keep the chest lifted, keep the core engaged, and then slowly, one at a time, you're gonna bring your calves parallel to the earth. You can stay here, holding onto the back of your thighs. You can bring your hands to the outside of your calves, or you can begin to reach them out. You can keep the knees bent, or you can straighten the legs. Wherever you're at, that core is tight. You're lifting your heart to the sky, holding it here for 3, for 2. Big breath in. As you exhale, I want you to bring everything down to hover. Find your low boat. Still keeping that core engaged. Next inhale, bring it up. Exhale, hover. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Hover and hold it for 3, for 2, for 1. Release it down. Again, finding a nice morning stretch. Please lay down. Release those abs out. And again, grab the back of your hamstrings, rock lengthwise a few times until you come up to sit once more. And as you come up to sit, there's two options to take this posture. You can start out by leaving the right leg out long and just stacking the left knee as best you can on top of the right. If this is enough, stay here. If you want a little more, you can begin to bring that right heel towards your left glute. Taking a moment to ground down evenly through your seat. Make sure you're not sitting on your heels. You can also bring one of your blocks underneath your sit bones here if you would like to take the full expression here in the legs. On your inhale, just sweep the arms out and up. As you exhale, again, bringing the left elbow on top of the right. Backs of hands will touch, or we're coming and wrapping wrists palm to palm. On your inhale, lift your elbows to your chin. As you exhale, pull them away from your body. On your inhale, I want you to arch your spine, look up. Exhale, round it in, hollow out the belly, chin to chest, elbows come in. 2 more of these. Inhale, lift and arch. Keep pulling the elbows as far away from the body as you can. Exhale, bring it in. 1 more time. Go ahead and come back to neutral. Release that arm bind, reach those arms out nice and long. And then I want you to bring the right arm straight up, left arm down. Now here's where the strap can come in handy. If you'd like, you take the strap in the right hand, bend your right elbow so that you're reaching the right arm down the small of your back, bend your left elbow so that you're reaching it up the center of your back. Now, if you can't take the clasp, you use the strap here. Hold on to the strap. Otherwise, we take the clasp at the hands. Okay? And then once you're there, I want you to pull the elbows back. Open across your chest, sitting nice and tall here for 5 breaths. Take a deep breath in, sit a little taller. And as you exhale, release that arm bind, place the strap off to the side for now. Both hands are coming to your right hand side. Plant your left foot flat on the mat. We're gonna do this all together. On your inhale, lift your hips. Walk your hands behind you, over to the left, and then sit back down. The right leg should be on top now. If you didn't get that, it's okay. Take a moment. Bring the left leg out long, stack the right knee on top of the left, staying here. Or begin to bend that left leg, bring the heel close to your glute. Take a moment to ground down evenly through your seat. On your inhale, arms out and up. And as you exhale, right elbow on top of the left, wrapping those wrists if you can, or we're just coming backs of hands to touch. Elbows to the chin, and then pull them away from your body. You're gonna feel that stretch there in your shoulders. On your inhale, lift, arch, look up. Exhale, tuck and round. 2 more times. Come back to neutral. Release those arms out nice and long. Left arm's going up this time, right arm down. And again, if you use the strap on the first side, take the strap in that left hand, bend the left elbow, reach down the small of your back, bend the right elbow, reach up the small of your back. Again, taking that clasp or grabbing onto the strap, whichever is more comfortable for you. Notice how one side might be tighter than the other. You might not need the strap on one side, but you need it on the other. It's totally normal. On your inhale, open those elbows back as far as you can. Puff up your chest, sit nice and tall, and hold it here for 5 more breaths. Take a deep breath in, lift and open a little more. And as you exhale, slowly release, again, planting that strap off to the side if you're using it. Bring the hands slightly behind your shoulders, fingers pointing towards the front of your mat. Shift your body weight back, uncross those legs, bring your feet to either edge of your mat, and just gently windshield wiper blade your legs from left to right a few times. And we do this to neutralize the hips. And then begin to find stillness. Swing the legs around behind you. Come into your tabletop. Wrists below shoulders, hips above the knees. Keep your core engaged here. Keep drawing the belly button in. From here, I want you to reach the right arm out like you're about to shake hands with somebody. The bicep is by your ear. Left leg goes back. Toes are on the mat to begin with. Still keeping that core nice and tight. Draw the belly in. On your inhale, lift your left heel in line with your hip socket. Keep those hips level. That's important here. Keep drawing the belly in. Keep the core nice and tight. Holding it here for 3 more breaths. Take a big breath in, reach for both sides of the room. And as you exhale, bring elbow to knee underneath the body. 2 more times. On your inhale, reach it back out for both sides of the room. And as you exhale, point your left toes to the sky. Reach your right arm back. You can bring your right hand to the small of your back, or you can grab for your shin, your ankle, or your foot. Wherever you're at, you're gonna lift your chin, lift your gaze, and kick that left foot as high as you can. 1 more breath here. On your next inhale, kick and lift a little higher. And as you exhale, release. Reach for both sides of the room. Gaze back down at the mat. Hold it here for 2 more breaths. And then find your tabletop. Next side, left arm is out, right toes are back. Engage your core. Inhale, lift, reach, hold. Take a deep breath in, reach for both sides of the room. And as you exhale, bring elbow to knee. And do that 2 more times. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, the right toes up, left arm back. Again, small of your back or shin or foot. Lift your chin, lift your heart, and then kick and lift. Hold it here. On your next inhale, lift, kick a little higher. And as you exhale, slowly release. Reach for both sides of the room. Hold it. And then find your tabletop. Now from your tabletop, you want to make sure your hips stay directly above your knees for this next posture. We want a nice straight line right here. Begin to walk your hands to the top of your mat. Sink your chest straight down. You can come to your chin or your forehead. If you come down and you feel like it's too intense, raise the floor up to you. Bring the block underneath your chin or your forehead. Wherever you're at, you're breathing. On your inhales, finding length in your spine. On your exhale, slowly sinking your heart closer to your mat. Another great pose here for reversing slouching effects in the upper back. Opening the chest, the shoulders. Five more breaths. On your next inhale, begin to lift your chest. Walk your wrists back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your chin, tuck your tail, round your spine, press the floor away. Find that nice rebound there in your shoulder blades. Maybe nod your head yes a few times. Maybe shake it no. And then find stillness. On your inhale, lift your heart, lift your tail. Exhale, round it out again, press the floor away. Another great pose here for helping with spine health. As we age, our spine mobility deteriorates if we don't learn how to use it. Keep going here. Pressing and rounding on the exhales. Inhaling and arching on the inhales. This helps keep our spine supple. It will allow us to create fluidity in that space, which correlates to us feeling younger if we have that mobility in our spine. 3 more. Come back to your neutral spine. I want you to come all the way down onto your belly. From here, bring the tops of your feet to either corner of your mat behind you. Stack your elbows directly underneath your shoulders, so there's another straight line happening here. Make 11s with your forearms. Fan your fingers nice and wide. Draw your pelvis down towards the earth and then lengthen through the crown of your head. Keep the back of your neck long. We don't want to be crunching it up or down. We just want to keep it nice and long. And then bring the shoulders down away from your ears and then squeeze your shoulder blades down your back. I want you to think of really engaging your lower back and your lower ab muscles here. On your inhales, lifting your heart, drawing your belly in. And as you exhale, grounding down through the tops of your feet and your thighs. Another great way here to help with our posture and to help strengthen our lower back muscles, which is so important for good posture. We're going to hold this for at least 5 more breaths. If this is enough for you, you're going to stay here for a little bit longer. If you feel like you can take this back bend a little further, on your next inhale, firmly plant the hands, straighten your arms. If you feel any pinching in your lower back, come back down onto the forearms. Remember to keep pulling the shoulders down away from your ears. On your inhale, lift your heart a little higher, wherever you're at. And as you exhale, bring the gaze over your right shoulder. Can you see your right foot behind you? Keep breathing here. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring the gaze forward once more. Inhale, lift your heart a little higher, and as you exhale, bring the gaze over your left shoulder. Can you see your left foot? Hold it here and breathe. Next, exhale, come back to center. Take a big breath in, lift your heart just a little more. And as you exhale, come all the way down to your mat. Stack your hands under your forehead. Point your toes up to the sky and just gently windshield wiper blade your legs from left to right. Begin to find stillness. Release the tops of your feet down onto your mat. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up and back. Big toes touch, knees wide, forehead to the mat. Find a nice child's pose. Take a few breaths here. Allow those lower back muscles to soften and release. And on your next inhale, we'll come back into our tabletop. Tuck your toes. Engage your core. Draw your belly button up in towards your spine. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to slide your hips up and back. Come into your first downward facing dog. Walk it out. Pedal your feet. Sway your hips real big from side to side a few times. And then begin to find stillness. We want to make a nice inverted V with the body. So really press the floor away. Glide your chest closer to your thighs. Actively pull your heels down to the mat, but keep your knees soft. We don't want to lock them out. Gazes up towards your belly button. On your inhale, I want you to shift forward to your plank pose. Shoulders should be slightly over the wrists, a little bit of an incline there. Keep the core nice and tight here. Feel free to drop your knees for modified plank if that's more comfortable for you. Hold it here for 3 more breaths. Plank pose is so good for our posture and for our core. Bring your right hand in front of your face. You're going to open your body to the left. Coming into your side plank, you can stagger your heels, you can stack your heels, or you can drop that bottom knee. Wherever you're at, though, you're lifting this left hip towards the sky. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to fold back into your plank pose. Still keeping that core nice and tight. Bring the left hand in front of your face. Opening now to the right, stacking, staggering, or dropping that bottom knee. Lifting that right hip to the sky, hold it. And then fold it back down into your plank pose. Hold it for 3, for 2. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, find your downward facing dog and take 3 deep breaths. On your inhale, lift your heels. As you exhale, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, and step to the top of your mat. On your inhale here, halfway lift, nice flat back. Fingertips are to the floor, to your shins. Strong core here again. And as you exhale, fold. On your inhale, sweep your arms up, come into your chair pose, sit nice and low. Take a moment to look down. Make sure you can see your toes. If not, draw the knees back and then lift the toes to make sure the weight is in your heels. Bring the belly button in, draw the biceps back by your ear, and then look up towards your fingertips. Hold it here for 3, for 2. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take another big breath in, and as you exhale, look to your right, twist to your right. Your left elbow's coming outside your right knee. Take a moment, make sure your knees are in a straight line. You might need to pull that left hip back just a little. And then bring the gaze back over your right shoulder. Hold it here for 3, for 2. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, fold, let everything be heavy. On your inhale, halfway lift, flat back, look up. Exhale, fold. Drop your hips, sweep the arms up. Inhale, come back into that chair pose. Make sure you can see those toes, lift them up, and then bring the gaze back up. Keep the core nice and tight. Next, exhale, hands find your heart. Big breath in, and as you exhale, twist it left this time. Remember to keep those knees in a straight line. Look over your left shoulder, firmly press your hands. Next, exhale, fold forward, let everything be heavy. Heel toe your feet out to about 2 fist distances now. Bend your knees a whole lot. Drape your torso over your thighs, let your head and neck be heavy. Grab for opposite wrists or elbows, and just gently sway from side to side. This pose is great for decompressing the lower back and all along the spine. Nod your head, yes, this feels good. Shake it, no, I don't want to stop. And then draw a few circles with your shoulders in either direction. Letting go of any tension along the back, the neck, the spine. And then begin to find stillness. Take 3 deep breaths here. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the hands down to your mat. Heel toe your feet together, big toes touch, little space between your ankles. And then very slowly begin to straighten your legs on your inhale. You're going to round yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. Allow your head to come up last. Roll your shoulders down your back, palms face forward, Tadasana or mountain pose. Feel yourself lengthening through the crown of your head and your heels here. Keeping the shoulders down your back, broad across those collarbones. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Keep this pose active. It's simple, but it's strong. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, look up at your fingertips. As you exhale, flat back, swan dive it forward. Plant your hands and step back to your plank pose. Again, feel free to drop your knees for modified plank if that is more comfortable for you, but keep the core nice and tight. I want you to keep your elbows tucked in tight, nice and slowly. I want you to bring it all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. On your inhale, I just want you to peel the heart back. Find your baby cobra. Crown of the head is reaching straight. Elbows are squeezed together. Shoulders are away from your ears. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, lift up to that baby cobra. Press the floor away. See if you can come up a little higher. If not, it's okay. Stay in the baby cobra. Exhale to the mat. 1 more time. Inhale, lift it up. See if you can straighten those arms this time. If not, it's okay. Just find the baby cobra or the middle-sized cobra. Exhale, bring it all the way back down to the mat. Interlace the hands behind you this time. Let the breath out completely on the inhale. Crown of the head reaches forward. Arms pull the heart back. Keep breathing here. Keep lifting on the inhales, grounding your feet and your thighs on the exhales. Big breath in, pull back, lift a little higher. Exhale to the mat. We're going to do this 3 more times with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Again. Last one. Good job. Unclasp the hands, bring them underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale, press it up to your plank pose. And as you exhale, bring your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your inhale, lift your right heel to the sky. And as you exhale, step your right foot between both hands. Spiral your left heel down. Keep your hips square to the front of your mat. On your inhale, rise up. Bring your biceps to frame your face. We're coming into our warrior one here. Now make sure you can see that right big toe. Your right knee is over your heel. The left pinky edge of your foot is rooted down into your mat. Sometimes it wants to lift up. Sink it down into your mat. Keep your hips square forward. One more breath here. Inhale again, and as you exhale, open the arms. Look over your right fingers. Peel that right knee open. Feel that stretch there in your inner groin. This is our warrior two pose. On your next inhale, straighten your right leg. Pivot your right toes in, and then bring both sets of toes slightly in so it's a little bit of a pigeon toe. Interlace your hands behind you. Punch that fist down, take a big breath in, open your heart to the sky, and as you exhale, flat back, dive it forward. Let everything be heavy here. Try to keep the weight more in your toes. On your next exhale, lift those arms a little higher. Look to your right. Look to your left. Tommy, no. Come back to center. Release the hands down. Underneath your shoulders on your inhale, halfway lift again. Nice flat back, strong core. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands on your hips. Nice flat back. You're going to bring it all the way up. Bring the arms out into a T. Stack the right elbow on top of the left. Find your eagle arms again. Backs of hands will touch, or we'll wrap our wrists coming palm to palm. Lift the elbows to your chin, and I want you to pivot to face the front of your mat. Come back into your crescent lunge legs. All 10 toes are forward. Back heel is lifted here. Find stability in that right foot. Very slowly start to bring the left leg up and around. Stack your thighs and sit low. If you can wrap your ankles, wrap your ankles. Readjust the elbows back up to your chin and then pull them away from your body. See if you can sit a little deeper here for 3 more breaths. It's okay if you fall out. Lead us back into it. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your plank pose. Keep those elbows tucked in tight. Come all the way to your belly. Untuck the toes. Cactus your arms this time. Let the breath out on the inhale. Lift the heart, lift the arms. Exhale to the mat. 2 more times. Good job. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale, press it up to your plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. We got to do the other side. And then we're going to start to cool it down. We're almost done. You made it. Inhale, lift the left heel to the sky. As you exhale, step your left foot between both hands. Spiral your right heel down. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Inhale, rise up. Come into that warrior one. Check in with your big toe, your knee, and your heel. Make sure the right pinky edge of your foot is rooted down. Hips are square to the front of your mat. 1 more breath. Inhale again. As you exhale, open it up. Look over those left fingers. Peel that left knee back. Relax your shoulders. Inhale to straighten the left leg. Bring those left toes in and then pigeon toe it just slightly. Interlace the hands once more behind you. Punch that fist down. Inhale, open your heart to the sky. Exhale, dive it forward. Again, weight more in the toes. Lift those arms as high as you can. Look to your right, to your left. Come back to center. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, release your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift, a good strong core. Draw the belly in. Exhale, release. Bring your hands onto your hips. Flat back, come all the way up again. Arms out to a T. Bring the left elbow on top of the right. Wrap your wrists if you can. Pivot to face the front of your mat. All 10 toes forward, back heel lifts. Elbows up and then pull them away from your body. Stabilize, ground down through that left foot, and when you're ready, slowly bring the right leg up and around. Notice the slower you move, the easier it's going to be to counter that balance. Wrap your ankles if you can. Lift the elbows back up, pull them away, sink a little deeper. 3 more breaths. Take a deep breath in as you exhale, release. Inhale, reach the arms up, get tall. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to your plank pose. Elbows stay tucked in. Bring it all the way to the belly. Cactus those arms, untuck the toes. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale to the mat. 2 more. Good job. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up and back, big toes touch, knees wide. Find another child's pose here. Deep breaths. And then we're going to start to cool it down. On your next inhale, begin to rise up. Sit back onto your heels. And then I want you to walk the heels out nice and wide and bring your sit bones down in between the heels if you can. If this is not comfortable, take your block or roll a blanket or a towel, slide it underneath your sit bones, okay? So we're either sitting on the block or we're sitting down in between. On your inhale, you're gonna sweep the arms up, look up at your fingertips. As you exhale, we're twisting to the right, right arm back. Look over your right shoulder behind you, and then on your inhale, peel those arms back. Open them a little wider. Release the right hand to the mat. Lift the hips, reach those left fingers back, press the floor away. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, release the hips back down to the seat or to the block. Keep the twist. 1 more big breath in, open those arms. As you exhale, unwind, arms reach for the sky, big breath in. Exhale, hands find your heart. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. Look over that left shoulder. Peel those arms back. Release the left hand down. Press the floor away. Lift your hips. Reach to those right fingers. Take a big breath in. Reach a little more. Exhale, come back down. Stay in that twist. Inhale to open the arms. Exhale, unwind. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. You're sitting on that block, go ahead and slide that out from underneath of you. Swing the legs around in front of you wherever you're at. Extend them out nice and long. Scoot the tailbone close to your heels. Come all the way down onto your back. Draw the right knee in towards your right armpit. Clasp your shin. Give me a few little ankle rolls in either direction. And then find stillness. Take a big breath in. Squeeze that right knee in tight. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the right knee over to the left. Pull your left hip underneath your right so that they stay stacked. Right arm is out, gaze is up at the ceiling or over at your right arm. Three more breaths. Stay for your next inhale, and as you exhale, gently unwind. Give that right knee a good squeeze. Release it out to meet the left. Inhale, bring the left knee in. Again, drawing those circles with your ankle. And then finding stillness, squeeze it in nice and tight, deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring the left knee to the right. Remember to stack your hips. Left arm is out, gaze is up or over to the left this time. Stay for your next inhale. And as you exhale, gently unwind. Give that left knee a good squeeze. Bring the right knee in to meet the left. Just a minute. Bring the soles of your feet parallel to the sky. And we're coming into our happy baby. You can grab your hamstrings, your calves, the inside of your feet, or the outside of your feet. Begin to pull your knees towards the earth as you press your heels up towards the ceiling. Sink your tailbone into your mat. Feel your spine, your hips, your groin lengthening and opening. Gently rock from side to side a few times. Maybe play around with it. Maybe straighten out the right leg. Maybe straighten out the left leg. Maybe take a straddle pose, straighten them both out. One more breath wherever you're at. And then begin to release. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug for showing up here today. That's the hardest part. Squeeze as tight as you can. Big breath in. And as you exhale, release. Begin to get comfortable here on your back in your final resting pose. Most important pose of the practice right here. We want to be here for at least 3 to 5 minutes. This is where our body has time to integrate the practice that we did. Gives us time to connect to our higher self in a meditation. So just allow yourself to be here. Scanning through your body, noticing the changes that have taken place physically, mentally, emotionally since you walked on your mat this afternoon or this morning, or this evening. Of course, feel free to lay here a little longer if your body's craving it, but if you're ready to go about the rest of your day, begin to deepen your breath once more. Invite in little movements, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently turn your head left to right as you bring awareness back to your body, to the space. On your next inhale, reach your arms overhead, flex your toes in the opposite direction. Give yourself a nice big good morning stretch as you reawaken all the muscles in your body. And as you exhale, gently roll to the fetal side of your choice, using your arms as a pillow. Give yourself a big smile for showing up here today. Take a moment to remind yourself why you get on your mat, why you continue to get on your mat. And when you're ready, you can gently press yourself up to sit. We'll take one more breath together as a group to seal our practice today.
Bring your hands onto your thighs as you come up to sit, open to receive. There's still all kinds of good vibrations floating around that we've created this morning. So on your inhale, sweep your arms up, gather up all that good energy. And as you exhale, bring it into your heart, pass it on to everybody you come into contact with. Our world needs it.